Oh, where is it? Everything's kind of on fire. It's kind of weird. I turn on my computer and like I'm getting like windows going black and then like coming back and like little square error things. Last stream was perfectly fine. The what's it called? The microscope stream. But now things are just gone south. It's weird. Maybe update video card drivers or something? I don't know. I don't know. It's a mystery. I think it seems to be stable now. So I guess we'll carry on for the news. Late night news. Yeah. I'm gonna move this Warhammer. Look, it's going all square again. Oh, all my browser windows are going square. Everything is exploding. This is terrifying. Do I have like all the viruses? Did the microscope give me all the viruses? Like what's going on? Anyways, let's carry on. Maybe things will fine. First batch of pre-orders. Yeah, the pre-orders are up. Exciting. I've already pre-ordered the Tomb King box. Very hype, very hype, very exciting. Oh, look at that good boy. The Bretonia stuff is really good. Brand new miniatures coming up to accompany the fresh rules, mixing classic strategy of the rank and flank Warhammer with the modern quality of life upgrades. Today we're taking a closer look at some of the Bretonian newcomers. Interesting. Oh, this is the sprue for him. Ignore these artifacts. It seems to be my computer. It's crazy that it's being captured on stream now. What the heck is going on? Would it be funny if my computer was dying? GeForce 3070 Ti, Windows 11. December 12th. Download. Oh no, even I'm being corrupted. Ah, the corruption is spreading. I'm downloading the drivers. This is live Windows update. But yeah, the Bretonian kit. Ooh, look at this thing. That reminds me of the thing that's in the Sisters battle kit. This thing. The Sisters have a thing like this too. Yeah, look. They do, see? They have a very similar looking thing. It's not the same though, of course. That's cool though. Learn to play. It's been quite the journey. All the way back in 2019, we first dropped the news. Yeah, 2019 and it's 2024 now. Holy cow. It's been a long time. You're mere weeks away from getting to play Warhammer the Old World yourself. Taste of the new game. So this is like a... There's definitely going to be in the cool stuff we saw today. I realized I didn't change any of this. Warhammer news DEC 2 8th? It's the 8th today? Yeah. Save. Cool. I didn't update any of this cool stuff we saw today. Why isn't that copying? Copy, paste, save. Thumbnail, change. I got so distracted by all these issues that I didn't even think of changing any of my stream things. Like a fool. Warhammer 40K. My cat is running around like a maniac. Caboose is on the run. Oh, he meow, he's sad. Yeah, let's launch that thing. Launching that driver installation. So that's cool. I'm gonna have to watch that, learn how to play it. We've definitely seen these coins. I really want this coin. This coin's really good. Yeah, we definitely saw these coins. So that says the first. Oh no, we already looked at that. Okay, I must have scrolled down in my distraction. Agree and continue. Express. I wonder if it'll disconnect me because my video card is used for encoding the stream. Do. The first issue of White Dwarf 2024 is on the way, and it's bursting with all sorts of content. These good boys, these good big cannon drop boys that you can't buy really, except for in that one box. Strike Team Soloran. It's a very Phobos set. Very Phobos. It's very cool looking. I think it's available now, actually. Space Marines Ultra, I guess. My cat is sad. He was like napping and then I got him up. And I'm like, hey cat. And he's like, oh, you gonna pet me? And I'm like, no, I'm gonna sit down on my computer and stream. And he's like, oh, I'm big sad. I don't see it unless I flew past and I wasn't paying attention. These are possibilities. Much greater focus on long-range combat than a regular. I'm alive again. Everything got disconnected as I suspected it would when Windows updated the update and murdered my stream and murdered me. I am not here. The little squares seem to have stopped though. Midweek. Tracking start. I'm not getting the little squares on everything because when I was switching windows and stuff, we get all those little squares. Did the live streamed driver update fix my issue? Why did the issue start happening for no reason? Who knows? It does make me nervous. Tale of Four Lorelords. Oh, Age of Sigmar stuff. I don't really read White Dwarf. Even back in the day, I remember getting occasional White Dwarfs, but I don't really remember reading them. They weren't really my vibe, you know? Don't know why. The old world's so close you can practically smell. No, I can't. I don't know what those are. Let's go look what those are. It takes me to the dragon. Cool. How does the narrative drive this setting? It's an origin story for the apocalypse. Across the decades of Warhammer fans, we uncovered the reign of Karl Franz and the rise of Archaon and ultimately the end of times. The moment we established what the Empire and Chaos was, we destined Archaon to send to destroy that setting. This is a lie. This is a lie. This is a lie. This was not the plan. If Warhammer continued to sell really well and was still popular, Archaon would not have destroyed the old world. No one was playing the game. No one was buying the models. This is why it ended. This is not it. What was the Horus Heresy moment of the old world? It doesn't need one. It doesn't need to have a Horus Heresy moment. The destruction of Prague and the siege of Keslev were pivotal. The rise of the Escar represent true turn to chaos of the old world. But yeah, but they're different. They're not the same. Since the days of Sigmar, my champions of chaos have risen every few centuries to claim the title of the Ever-Chosen, led grand incursions. The Ever-Chosen prior to Kull was possessed by Belchior and destroyed. So he didn't achieve what the ruinous powers had hoped and left chaos with the weakened influence and years that followed. It's Azavar Kull who rises up and destroys Prague and brings chaos back to the world. He defeated chaos. Oh, so we might get a new Ever-Chosen of chaos. This guy. The day of the rulebook is 2276. That's just a few decades before the Great War against Chaos really kicks off. It's specifically the year when Cetra invades the Border Princes, which is a huge moment for the setting. Am I still? I forgot to check audio. Yeah, I can hear myself. At least I'm showing up in OBS. Which is human saying. You won't see the Siege of Prague anytime soon, but the wheels have been set in motion. Okay, so if it's popular and continues, we'll get Siege of Prague and stuff. Ah, that's some good tea. Delicious fresh tea. Yes, it's good. How much this thing was especially created for the older world, how much was already established? Do you have anything specifically planned for the games in this set in this period? There's very little that we revealed in previous articles that wasn't already there. Look at the factions focusing on, it all fits quite organically. Skaven related that around that time in the established background. They're fighting a civil war on the battles of the earth, which come them practically vanish for a few centuries, become folklore. So these are the armies. I mean, this makes sense. Beastmen and Chaos were always just kind of like tooling about. Beastmen more than Chaos, because the Chaos warriors are more in the north, and then they come down. Well, the Beastmen kind of like tool around the forests. Orcs and goblins just tear stuff apart. These guys are awesome and my favorite. And then we don't have the Empire, because it's all, they're kind of going through a civil war right now, which kind of makes sense why we're focusing on Bretonnia, because Bretonnia has always been more or less united. And then the dwarves, I love the dwarves, and the high elves and the wood elves. This is interesting because it was high elves and dark elves. Wood elves came like getting close to the end of the game, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I remember those models being new and people being pretty excited for them. The major Vampire leaders are right because the Van Carstines have just been defeated at Helfane, as is much possible for a vampire defeated. And this is all, wow. Any characters be returning as a chance for new heroes. There are a number of familiar characters around this era, but some may not be seen because they're not relevant to the story we're telling in the areas where primary conflicts are taking place. Focusing on what's immediately relevant for the Tomb King, Cetra the Imperishable is back. Bretonnia the Green Knight is also present. Well, yes, because the Green Knight is like this dude of legend that just appears, so of course he's there. See, if the lady I have a model for doesn't get rules in that little add-on book, I might get Cetra. Or I might just have the dragon and have my own little Tomb King. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I was looking at the site here, and if we go to new and exclusives, unsurprisingly, this is not sold out because it's $350. Holy cow. Which is why I wanted to order it at my LGS so I can get a little bit of a discount. Oh, look at this. Look at this good boy. Look at this. I love this man. This man is peak. This is what peak bone looks like. This is peak calcium right here. This is peak calcium. You respect him. For he's seen the ages. Look at him. Look at these fellows. Look at these horses. This is peak calcium. These guys have been tooling around the old world before some of you people were even born. These are quality. And I'll hear no nastiness about these good boys. These good bony skeleton boys. We have this, which is also still available for pre-order. $90. Meh. It can also become this. I like less. I think this is the better model option build, but I'm not going to commit to buying him. He's cool though. Tomb Guard. So I looked it up. I forget. I think I have 10 Tomb Guard and an additional 5 Tomb Guard. And I have some skeletons tooling around, so maybe I can like bump that up to 20 because they come in groups of 20. So I might have to like bump up my unit of Tomb Guard up a bit. Or I can do what I was initially going to do with the Tomb Guard, and that is use them to like make my horses look a little fancier. And maybe not. We'll see. Don't know what I'm going to do. So I don't know if I'll get another box of Tomb Guard. Look at the Pegasus Knights. Classic. Good stuff right here. We keep scrolling down. We got all the bases. I hear you like square bases, so we're selling square bases. I'm going to have to get this one, Ravening Hordes. So that's another $60. And the Arcane Journal. Does the Arcane Journal say which characters are in it? Includes rules as Heroes of Legend. Land of the Dead, Heroes of Legend. 3 famous characters. Oh, there she is. I think that's her, isn't it? Let me double check here. Is there Cetra? Yes, yeah. No, this is not her. That's not her. Curses. This is a different model. This is a new model. It's a badass model. I'm not gonna lie. Is there a Warhammer community article for this? It's this lady right here. Actually really cool. So maybe I get her and Cetra. Sounds plausible. So they don't have the rules though for that model I have. So she doesn't have rules. That doesn't mean she won't get rules. But she doesn't have rules. So this is interesting. So do I make my dragon a Tomb King on a dragon, or do I make it the other guy? Anyways, let's focus. Necropolis Knights are sold out. This makes me very happy because these skeleton rider boys deserve everything. They deserve the world. And I'm glad to see that people are buying them. These are good boys. I have a box of them already, so I kind of want to get another, but you know what? I can wait. It's all good. It's all good. I see the Ushabi are out of stock. That is completely unsurprising. I do not own any of these. They sell for an arm and a leg in aftermarket prices. I've been wanting them for years. I kind of want to get 3 of these because they come in groups of 3 models, but I also kind of maybe want to get 6 of these. I don't know. We'll see. They're badass. The ones with bows, I'm a little more mixed on. I kind of want to get them because they're cool. So I might get 1 unit, but not guaranteed. And then there's Cetra. I do like how they put Cetra on, like, I think Cetra's original model came like a regular chariot base, and then it had 2 horse bases on each side for the 4th horse, but it looked kind of weird, and it kind of like, so putting him on 1 giant base is a good move. I might get Cetra. I might get Cetra. It would be pretty fun. And then that's kind of it. So yeah. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Plus Cetra is made of resin now. There's drawbacks to that, of course, but there's also advantages as he doesn't weigh 1,000,000 tons and is likely to fall apart. There are 2 examples of characters have been around for 100,000 years, not going to be around this period. You'll see other characters you recognize returning, but at a younger age, kings, maybe princes. I hope the character I have, the Tomb King Queen I have, I really want to use her. There be characters people recognize, those who are longer lived, but also greater new timeline appropriate characters. As example, none of these characters from the Empire who were alive during the era of Call of Franz will be turning up. They won't have been born. The passage is character interesting. In the Empire, the background, that's family names are dropped. This really is like being approached like this is like Warhammer is like Warhammer, and then this is like the prequel. Technology won't be hugely different, but a few things will be missing. Others will be treated as experimental. The game's set in. Just look at cannon and mortars. We might not get siege tanks, which is really interesting because the siege tank model has been sold for years. This is where you discover I can't spell siege tank. How embarrassing. Save me. It was unable to save me. How embarrassing. Don't worry, Google's got my back. Sewage tank, thank you. This is exactly what I was looking for. Sewage tank war game. There's no W in that word. Steam tank. You know what? This is a good point. It's not called a siege tank, it's called a steam tank, so it's extra embarrassing. Not only can I not spell the word siege, it's the wrong tank. And I misspelled steam. I can spell steam. There you go. Yeah, see, they still sell it. And this is actually a really nice plastic kit. Like, this is a replacement of an older kit. It's a very nice kit. Part of me has been, for years, I just want to buy. I have one, which I modified and customized, and I just want to own like a bunch. But every time I get the desire to buy them, they just keep going up and up in price. They're like 85 bucks now. But we might not see them in the old world because, you know, a few things might be missing. And others treat it experimental. Because in Warhammer, I think in the lore, there's only like literally 8 tanks, like 8 steam tanks. Because I have like an old world almanac. And there's only like 8 of them. And there are some like different like layouts. Like one carries dudes on top, and then I think one has like a different type, like a flamethrower, and one's like a regular cannon, and some of them have been destroyed. They're legendary items that have been lost to time. Empire handguns, we give soldiers older style handguns a permanent fire mechanism that function identically in game. There's a picture of a steam tank. Oh. Magics will not. Oh, yeah, no, there's no colleges of magic, which is really interesting. So the Celestial Hierocannon, the Illuminati won't be there, which makes sense because those were very like of the colleges. They're Christians at the college, so they wouldn't exist at this time. You might be surprised some of the things that do exist in this time, though. The steam tank called Deliverance was deployed during the Siege of Prague. So steam tanks will be in the game. They were built several centuries ago. Oh, so they've been around for a while. They've been around a long time, and actually more in the old world of legend period than during the end times, because they were newer and fewer had been destroyed. The Slimer Gold. Wow. So we actually like might see more of the steam tanks in lore. And they're less disconnected from the inventor and contemporaries. Also, by the end times, it's commonly claimed there are only 12 steam tanks built ever, but that's kind of a mad myth spread in the end time. There was loads of them. That's just normal. What? This is revisionist history. Also, I really dislike how they're calling it the end times. It's only the end times because the game died, because it wasn't selling. It was never the end times. That does irritate me. Tomb King's list force of evil. Was that always the case? Cetra's understanding of his realm that all lands beyond his borders and are lands to be conquered by Cetra and submit to his glorious rule, and his rule is absolutely unchallengeable. If you don't want to be ruled by him, he will kill you. There are 2 options: bend the knee or die. This is very Cetra. This is very true. That's Tomb King's down to a T. There's a period later in Warhammer Fantasy where morality goes a little gray, but this isn't the world of the end times or the world that was. This is the world of legends and where they're born to come to life. We try to draw a clear divide between good and evil, and the armies of good are very much protectors of order. Look at these. Look at this. This is all of this. This is good. We're gonna look at this closer. Save. Where did this go? Also, I'm moving windows around and everything's not breaking. So I think that driver update I did during the stream, which was very exciting, definitely fixed things. Boom. Boom. Look at this. Look at it. I love it. This brings me joy. See, I always loved Tomb Kings. I don't know why. So when I played Warhammer, my first enemy was orcs, and I'm really glad I picked orcs because they're very forgiving in when you want to customize. And my second enemy is Tau, and my Tau is unsalvageable. My orcs, I think, maybe salvageable. And then I decided to do dwarves because I really like the lore of the dwarves. Like the old world lore of dwarves is banging. But I don't think I liked skeletons as much then as I do now. I've really, really come to love skeletons over the years. I find them very humorous, like the humorous bone. But no, I don't know why. I really, yeah, they make me happy. They make me happy. Like, I don't want to be negative. I don't have the most faith in this game. I want to be proven wrong. I want people to be like diving in, and I want, it'd be nice to see Warhammer, like Warhammer that was, come back. I would like to see that. That interests me. But part of me also believes it's not going to happen. It has nothing to do with Games Workshop, actually. I don't think it's a Games Workshop issue. I mean, maybe it is because everything's pricey, but I don't know if you looked at prices of models of some other games. Because I do, and they're also kind of pricey. Maybe not as much as Games Workshop, but some are. And I just don't know if there's like a demand for the rank and file type of game that Warhammer was. And I just think that's like what it is. Like 40k and Sigmar are popular because of like the more skirmishy format. I don't know. Legion Imperialis and Old World are really interesting because they're both more of grand scale. I mean, Warhammer less grand than Legions Imperialis, which is like way bigger on scale, but smaller models, of course. But I'm excited to finally, like, I really started to fall in love with Tomb Kings right at the end. And I snapped up a bunch of models right at the end. And then I've just been sitting on them every so often, going on eBay, looking at the prices, going, this is insane. Because I feel like Tomb Kings didn't sell necessarily super well. And like stuff like the Yushabi, like I've wanted those models forever. And they're just so expensive. Like I've seen eBay sellers selling original Yushabi for like $100 for just one. And now we're getting all three for $100. Shades of Grey. It's equal to ideal, the undying Emperor of Skeletons, ruled by ultimate tyrant who in his life wanted to cross every horizon, subjugate every discovery, wouldn't be evil. Nagash wouldn't exist if it weren't for Cetra's refusal to die. These are true facts. These are true facts. Which capitalizes Nephra Cetra's herald is this huge scroll he brings out. Look at that scroll. This model's pretty cool. Screeching all of Cetra's thousands of titles and ifrats. Wow, could you imagine? Just this person shows up and just starts screaming like, Cetra, the imperishable, Lord of the Sands, ruler of all he surveys, the undying, king of the scarabs, and stuff like that. It just goes on for like 40 minutes, just screaming while all these other skeletons are running around slaughtering everybody. It's terrifyingly awesome. 2 hours! And we got a little bit in one of the sidebars. Ooh, that's cool. Oh, when he would... tyrannical monarch. When he realized he was going to die before he conquered the world, he was so angry as to be inconsolable. When he realized there would be land that would lay unconquered before he could reach his immortality, was more than he could bear. In the end time, Cetra opposed chaos because he was not going to yield to chaos. He's too insane, even on death. That's where they dealt to him to be good. Well, yeah, this makes sense. Like, he's not good. It's not like the Tomb Kings were good. It's just that if Cetra doesn't defeat chaos, Cetra can't conquer the world. Like, what other, like, there's other stuff in fiction that's like that, where it's like the two sides team up. The enemy of my enemy is my enemy that will stab me in the back later, but will help me defeat this other enemy first. Like, Cetra just believes he has to conquer everything, and if he can't conquer everything, he's mad. Seems much as there is. Bretonnia, classic symbolism, thematics, but the main thing that's changed visually is how heraldry is presented, which shows a different side of Bretonnia from chromatic gray that you're familiar with. This is interesting because some people are criticizing this because back when it really encouraged you, like every single model in your Bretonnian army looked different because every different heraldry. Every single knight of their own realm had their own independent castle that came from all the dukedoms. It was consolidated how Bretonians worked a little. The Bretonnian army, wherever were different heraldry, was really an inspirational image you'd see White Dwarf's book. It was a hot project and easy to run out of steam on. We don't remove the heraldry, so we'll retain things. Interesting. What the heck is going on? Oh, it's a beastman head. These people are shocked. Like, look at this monster I slew in the forest. And everyone's like pointing at the head. Look, they're all pointing their heads, weapons at it. Wow. I'm sorry, I don't care about the Bretonians. It's not that I don't care, but I don't want to learn too much and fall in love with them because holy cow, I can't afford to buy both Tomb Kings and Bretonian. That's not happening. Holy cow. Look at that model. Phases and subphases. The way it turns things light is great. 4 distinct phases, we should separate subphases. Super clear. What specific rules come into play? Might be a bit more to learn. Improve clarity. All units have been clearly defined. For example, we now have 4 categories of cavalry: light, heavy, monstrous cavalry, and war beast. Each has their own specific rules, which means everything is clear and crucially. Doing exactly how it's supposed to. This is interesting because I think back in the day, like, you just have like a bunch of like rules for stuff. So like, it doesn't matter what it was, it'd just be cavalry, and then you'd have extra rules to denote it. So then something that you think is monstrous cavalry and be the same rule for different armies would be different. But don't quote me on it. Look at the bony boys. I used to play Warhammer Fantasy Battle. Remembers how regularly a huge unit would break a failed test from combat, run away, or be chased or ridden down. Now that's still a possibility, but thankfully much rare. And Warhammer though, catch right lead test. So your unit break and flee, but they're more likely to fall back in good order. Where retreating unit faces a new charge from the pursuers. This is a huge change. It means your glorious unit will be on tabletop longer. This is very. I do like this thing. It really like shows like you're thinking like, oh well, if your unit falls back closer to your table edge, closer to your deployment zone, closer to your objectives, and some dudes die, and then they all turn around and they receive another charge and all the charge bonuses that come with it, like, you're just going to keep falling back, right? Yes, but the thing is, in theory, as your dudes fall back, you can then bring in another unit to flank the guys that were charging them and kind of like fight it back. Like, you could have like a big unit of skeletons that just keeps falling back as they take charges, and then you can have like a big unit of Tomb Guard just coming from the side. Like, you've brought them in. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. New graphics and miniatures. Ooh, yeah, this is ooh. Because I don't want 2 dragons. I thought like, well, it's 2 different builds for the dragons, so I could just get 2 dragons. I don't want 2 dragons, but it's very good stuff. Miniatures and heraldry that accompany the Bretonnian Tomb Kings of Kamari. Where'd you start with new miniatures such beloved factions? I will say this. When it comes to the new miniatures, the Bretonnian stuff is bang on, but seriously, this dragon is just a Sigmar. This is just an Age of Sigmar model. It just feels like Age of Sigmar. Pretending the Tomb Kings hadn't been stars of the previous edition. This is very true. This is true, especially the Tomb Kings. Like the Tomb Kings got some new models at the end, like the Necrosphinx. But they and the Snake Riders, and Necrosphinx were like some of the last models that they got. Bretonnians had some. The problem with Bretonnians is they had some pretty cool models. They had the Green Knight, Pegasus Knights, and stuff like that. It's just that their stuff had aged a bit. It needed kind of an update. These guys are so cool. And this model is like so centerpiece. All right, Tomb Kings are horrible. Paganism of virtue, a dragon face off against ancient evil, representing inhuman power. In part about resurrecting old glories. For us, that's going back to the big spine dragon design and its wings without membranes. For the Tomb Kings themselves, it's the glories of their life before our resurrection. There was some freedom to pluck the features and symbols from across the spines of Warhammer, but also freedom to explore technical challenges, such as big wings and the arch on the pelican. See, it's really interesting though, because like one thing that's interesting with the dragon is it feels very not Egyptian, which I feel really like kind of helps break the Tomb Kings away from like Tomb Kings were just like the Egypt army. I feel the dragon kind of like separates it a bit because there's no dragons in Egypt. Which of these gentlemen do you trust? There's only one right answer. Oh, look at this good stuff. Ooh, this is interesting. This black and red. See, oh, this black and red actually looks really nice. Interesting. See, you got to do the blue and red if you're doing Cetra. But if I didn't do Cetra and I just did my own thing, man, I got to look at that. I'm gonna have to get that journal, especially if I decide to get Cetra. But man, I don't know. This is some good stuff. This is some good stuff. Some good stuff. Oh, and now we're gonna get to look at some community painted models. My favorite part. Look at that little pink and yellow guy in the background. This guy's the best. Wow, everyone looks great. Look at that. Are these transfers? I think these are probably transfers. If they're transfers, they're wonderfully done. Oh yeah, I think you can see around the edge of the skull here on the black. I think these are transfers. They're still fantastically done. My transfers look nothing like that. Ooh. Well, this guy's got a big lock on his shield. His virginity is secure. Oh, what? I saw that pink and yellow guy and he is way cooler than I thought. He's got a mug of tea. He's got a mug of tea. This boy is peak. This boy is peak right here. This guy is amazing. I love this gentleman. He is a quality gentleman. Excellent. Fantastic. These all look good. That looks fantastic. It's great. Wonderful. No complaints. The Great Slaughter. Okay, so these are like... So I'm assuming we're going to see these books for... Because we're getting these books for like all the games basically now. More or less. Malkador. I love the Malkador. The Malkador is so good. Drop Pod Assaults. Sol Exilia. Titans. I do love this little missile pod. I hope they make that for the full-size Titan. Oh, the Ursa's Claws. Beautiful. Beautiful. Round table and painting miniatures. What's changing from one half to the older started? How does... So approach techniques and tools for painting have changed massively. So has photography, and the way we took photos back in the 90s is different than the new digital photography. It's much brighter and crisper and demands that we paint a different standard. Miniatures have to be rendered sharper and therefore heavy focus on detail. The main goal before things to be bright enough to catch your eye in the big photo. This is true. Back in the day, they were taking photos with film, not digital. Does that mean a lot of these Tomb King models and the Bretonian models are new paint jobs? Like these aren't like old models. Old Necrosphynx was a big centerpiece at the time. If we compare the rest of Tomb King's range, it has a lot of texture work. But the style time was really dialed up to the max. Modern miniature like the Bone Dragon, you need to look a bit closer. These are still there, but it's not exaggerated. It's more subtle and realistic. As a result of the changing priorities, the approach miniatures have changed. Bretonians are example of the factions that changed quite drastically in terms of how we paint them. A lot of focus has been on characters and exemplars. First being new custodians in a specific area of Warhammer is a massive deal. The people who take something as iconic as the Lich King or Damsel on the Unicorn. Those are new models. Have they been repainting old models? Because this is a new model. These are old models. So are these like new paints? Questing and grinding seem more important. Now the Knights of Realms are anchored in the background as Knights of Barony or Dukedom. Let the bright personal legends shine through. Grand lines are even more elevated to their saintly position. This is a new model too. It's fantastically painted though. This is also a new model. Is this the Tomb King? I don't know. Wait a second. Holy cow. So if I can't use the lady I wanted to use, and I don't not want to get Cetra, but this model looks way better than the other one. Yeah, like this dude on top, this mortuary cult priest. It's got like the face and the vulture and like the tattered thing here, but like the Tomb King just looks so regal. He looks so good. You know what? I think this decides I'm gonna do the Tomb King, and maybe I'll do black and red. That black and red color scheme we saw on the other page. Maybe. Although the black and blue does look good. Cannot deny. I think I want to do that Tomb King though. That looks so good. I do like this less. Like I've been considering this because I was gonna use that other model I had as the leader of my army. I was considering this, but you know what? I don't like this as much. I definitely love this. This is I'm definitely doing the Tomb King. So I'm probably gonna skip Cetra, which is good because Cetra's expensive and I want to get you shabby. I could still get this model though. It's a nice model. Oh, the Casket of Souls. Oh, that reminds me of some other stuff. Oh, thank you for reminding me. There's a couple models that we haven't seen yet in the range that I actually want. So here's the Casket of Souls, which I do kind of want. I do believe back in the day, you could like open that and everything nearby would just like turn to bone. It was a big area of effect. I don't not want a Casket of Souls, but if we don't see the Casket of Souls re-released, or we don't get to see a new version, I won't be sad. But there is a model that isn't in the release that I do want. Like I'd like some more chariots. There's a lot of horsemen in the box that I'm getting already. That's good. Maybe another unit of snake riders. Definitely the shabby, right? But this is a model that I just remembered, and I'm like, oh man, they better re-release this boy, because I will be sad. And that is this boy here, the Bone Giant. This silly derpy looking goofball. I need this model. And they had rules that weren't official. They were like test rules of a Bone Giant with a bow. They never released an actual model for a Bone Giant with a bow, but it basically worked a lot like a bolt thrower. So if I remember right, bolt throwers, like in the orcs and goblins range, they had rules kind of like how cannon has rules, and it basically functioned like a bolt thrower, but it was a giant. And there's another model that I kind of want. That also we might not get again. And that's this one, the Screaming Skull Catapult. The problem with the Screaming Skull Catapult is it's probably the roughest looking model. I don't think we'll see this unless it's getting a redesign. Don't quote me on that. I'm not gonna lie, we're probably not gonna see these guys unless they get a redesign. Although if they don't and they're just released like this, I'm going to buy them 100%. And then the Casket of Souls could probably get away as is, but I don't know if they're gonna release that. But yeah, Bone Giant. I want myself a Bone Giant. Maybe Screaming Skull Catapult. The problem is I'm already gonna have Yoshabis and Snake Rider boys, so there's only so much you can fit in an army. That's another thing. I want to get the books before I buy stuff like all the Yoshabis and stuff like that, so I can kind of like plan out my force organization chart and get the things. So I don't want to like buy a bunch of models and it's like you can't use all these models together. So, striking elements. Cool. I'm tired. Very tired. It's been a long day. Oh, the Arcane Journals. How much are these actually? How much are the Arcane Journals? Because it's $60 for the book I saw. $32. 60, 70, 80, 90. So you got to spend $92 for the rules for your army. You don't have to, but I mean, I'm not going to get the Tomb King Journal. Related products. How come the related product is not actually like, you know, the book? Oh, I didn't want to close that. You know, these books right here. Yeah, 60. So like 95 bucks. Crazy. Work aside army forces. Supplementary background images. Additional rules, compliments. Also, what models are going to be in this book? Like when this, not this book, but the Ravening Hordes book. When this book comes out, it's really going to give you... Oh, can we zoom in on that? Zoom and enhance. Copy image. I gotta zoom and enhance because this table of contents should say what models are gonna get rules, and that will tell us what releases we're gonna see for models. So maybe the Bone Giant's already off the menu, unless it's in the journal, but I doubt that. New from clipboard. Zoom in. Not 500%. Tomb King list, general component list, character, infantry, cavalry, chariot, monster, war machine. No, it's just, it doesn't name the specific models, special rules. It's not showing the specific models, just generalizations. Because like it has cavalry, and that's going to include both the horse guys with bows and the horse guys without bows, unless they're all just one model and then you outfit them differently, and that's how it all works out. Interesting. Ooh, different ways to play and new ways to build your forces via themed lists with their own mustering rules. Infamy differ from the main list in meaningful ways due to their geographical location, unique tactics employed, or generals. For example, Bretonnian exiles are forced under the command of a banished lord, and a knight who has committed some transgression against code shall be and then booted out. Shorn of their armor, these lords are now free to hire bloodthirsty mercenaries and employ the border prince bombards as attempting to gain glory or just new land to rule. This is interesting. So maybe it's one of these banished lords that kind of overstepped their bounds. Tomb Kings, Field Necrahani, royal hosts, an elite retinue of influential Tomb King or Prince. The monarch who lead these armies are often tutored in the secret language of priests of the mortuary cult, with their legions, a skeleton and tomb chariots, pulverize enemies under hoof and heel. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Definitely gonna get this books. Regis Climax, Troggoth King, Ionis Cryptbone. I guess he's getting finally his single release. I haven't finished painting him yet. Big sad. Ooh, this guy's cool. Ah, this is it. End of Death Volume 3. Wait, that means Volume 2's come out, right? Did Sanguinius die? I mean, yes, but like, did he? Did he? Ooh, Las Vegas preview. This is where we're going to learn about the new exciting thing we're supposed to be excited about. They're going to announce new Space Marines. Get ready, new Space Marines. When are we going to see new Space Marines? In just 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we're going to hear about new Space Marines. Everyone get ready for new Space Marines in 2 weeks. That's how this works. Look at this cat. This is a good cat. This is a quality bean. I like this cat. An interview with the writer. Since Volume 2, thoughts and prayers of the Blood Angel fans. Spearhead, Stormcast Trilogy Reforged, Army Box, Strike Down Sigmar's 4. Oh, so it's a rebox. Oh, it comes with a chariot. This is fun. This is a good box. I like this box. Everything in this box. These guys are good models. This guy's good. She's cool. I like the chariot. I didn't buy the chariot. I'm mixed feelings. I do want, but I have too much. I have so many Stormcast models. I have no room for more models. This chariot slaps though. She's really cool too. Big yawns. I guess that's it. That's it for the stream. The stream is over. It's all done. Delicious Tomb Kings. Yeah, the Necrosphinx is cool. He is cool. But I feel like the Necrosphinx and like the catapult or the giant are gonna like take up the same space in my army. Plus I got a dragon in my army, so like I don't really need a Necrosphinx, and I can definitely do without him. More Tomb Guard would be fun. How many Tomb Guard come in the box? So this is a box of 20. How many are in this? "40 skeleton warriors, archer skeletons." I thought it came with Tomb Guard. No, it just comes with 40 skeletons. 40 skeleton warriors. Oh, so it just comes with regular warriors. So I definitely need my Tomb Guard. So I have 15 Tomb Guard. They summon boxes of 20, but I have so many skeletons from other stuff. I'm sure I can take my 15 Tomb Guard. Oh, but they have in blocks of 10 each. So maybe their soul is 10? 1 large unit or 2 small units with your own champion standard bearer. Interesting. So I could probably swing a larger... I could probably do interesting. 3 skeleton chariots. I kind of want more chariots, though. No, I don't need more chariots. I have 6 chariots now. Because there's 3 in the box, and I already have 3 chariots. So I don't need more chariots. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. What I need to do is I need to get the books. I need to write down what's in this box, what I already own. Because see, if they come in units, if the Tomb Guard come in units of 20 or 10, I have a unit then I can build, and then the extra 5 I have, I can use them to kind of like distribute their parts across my other stuff and upgrade some more dudes visually. Because long ago I had like, I was going to make like a unit of, and I do have more skeleton horsemen, I believe. I was going to make a unit of skeleton horsemen and give them like Tomb Guard equipment to make them look fancier. I never got around to doing it. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Oh, he's got a cat. How can I not build the Tomb King if he's got a cat? He's got a little skeleton cat. See, he got buried with his cat, and him and his cat both got back up. Friends forever. See, you have to build this model. You can't not. Why would you betray him? Why would you betray this used to be fluffy boy? Not so fluffy anymore, probably. He's a good boy, though. I do like Tomb Guard. This guy ain't gonna see much, though. Poor guy. It's all good stuff. Didn't buy any of these made-to-order things. I'm so used to Primaris now that these guys look very short. These guys look very, very short. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, that's it for the stream. Will I see you before next Monday? I don't know. This has been a day. Hopefully my computer's not dying. All the issues I was having went away with the driver update that I did live on stream, so that's good. But yeah, I catch you on the flip side. Farewell!